Gypsy Rose Blanchard, if you've got even a tiny bit of humanity in you, a tiny bit, man, take a piece, man, take you a big old piece of humble pie, man, and just, you're going to have to swallow some of your pride, man, and do the right thing, Gypsy. Do the right thing, man. You have nothing to lose, but maybe your reputation be assaulted a little bit more. And the American people, man, are very forgiving. So are most of, like, if it's like me, you got a lot of people from England viewing you too and stuff. They are too, man. Okay? They got short memories. Do the right thing, Gypsy. All right? You know damn well you drained your mother in the kitchen and you all moved her back to that bed. You know she was gone before Nick got there, man. And this is absolutely despicable. You're letting him sit there. Nick is guilty of accessory before and after the fact to first-degree murder and abuse of a corpse. The subset under it is abandonment of a corpse without properly notifying law enforcement. That's what he did. Now, in Missouri, and their law makes sense. I get the rationale behind it. In Missouri, they don't do accessory before the fact. If you are before the fact, that means you help plan a first-degree murder. You help plan that shit. They just say it's not accessory, it's complicity. You're charged just the same. You're facing life or the death penalty. And I get that. If you're planning it, if you're helping plan it, not just knew about it, you're helping know about it, you have to also take part in it to be an accessory. Not just know. You have to take part in it actively too, right? So I get that. Other states don't. Other states have an accessory before the fact, which has a stronger penalty usually than accessory after the fact. He's guilty of accessory after the fact for sure. Okay? Just because he hung out with her in a hotel room, they got on a bus, they did all this shit, he hid out in his place for a while, they were hiding weapons, all that. He's guilty of accessory after the fact, first-degree murder. And they do have that in Missouri. And since it's after the fact, it's a 3-year penalties maximum and a fine, I think $5,000. Okay? The other thing, abuse of a corpse. There's 2 subsets to that. Either it's you did damage or vandalism to a burial site, which we know that isn't it. And the other one is you abandon a corpse without properly notifying law enforcement. That's what he did. Okay? It's nothing. Okay? And that's not even a big deal. That one's called what they call a wobbler offense. Believe it or not, they can charge that as a felony or as a misdemeanor, depending. All right? But the most you're going to get, the max, I believe on that one, is 4 years as a felony and a year in the jail as the other one. He's time served on anything he's done. And this bitch could get him some help if she would just speak up, man. Take some of that fucking money she's got and one of these fucking evil attorneys she's got and go do the right thing. There's nothing they can do about it. And before you start, the federal system's separate and sovereign from the thing and they can... Okay, technically, I suppose, but they're never, ever going to do that. Especially not with murder. And before you say, if you lied in the plea agreement, if you lied and perjured yourself, that's not true either. You got the deal, you got the deal. Just like, okay, do you think if you perjure yourself and the jury finds you not guilty, that they're going to undo a not guilty? They don't ever do a not guilty from a jury. It doesn't matter what they find out. It doesn't matter how fucked up the jury. It doesn't matter if they found out that the jury broke every rule there is back there. If they said not guilty, they're not going back. Ever. If a jury says not guilty, that's it. They can say guilty or be hung and, do whatever. If they say not guilty, it's done. Okay? Well, there is jeopardy attached to that, you guys. It would not be fair even to try to charge her with anything else. I would not agree with that. That is not how our system goes. I could see the state maybe being sneaky in a case. They don't ever do it, especially with murder. They're not going to do that with put someone through that murder like that. No way. Doesn't matter what you find. And like again, number one, perjury, guys. Perjury doesn't just mean that you told a lie up on the stand. It has to be a material lie. If it doesn't matter, if it's a doesn't matter lie, they don't care. You understand that, right? It has to be a material lie. And if that lie, if the truth had been told as opposed to the lie, would it have made a difference? Okay, so she's not going to be charged with anything in connection with her mother, Steph. And she shouldn't be. That would be total bullshit. As much as I can't stand that bitch and want to see her rot somewhere for all the other wrongdoings she's done and that one, it's not fair. It's not right. Again, I could maybe see the government pulling something sneaky. If the state knew they had really good evidence, man, and they did it, and that jury just happened to found him not guilty. Maybe they were doing that jury nullification. Maybe they thought the state's evidence was good, but something they did that pissed them off. They said, well, you know what, fuck them. We're finding him not guilty because it's over with then. I could maybe see the feds, if they knew they had really, really good evidence and that it was bullshit, I could see them doing something sneaky like that. Maybe if a jury acquitted him on the state level, the feds picking him. Maybe if they had really good evidence. I still don't see them really doing that. Not for murder. Something else, maybe, not for murder. Maybe some drug shit, big drug thing or something, but not murder, man. I don't think so. I don't believe that. But even so, maybe that way, if a jury acquitted them, the feds can take the, because the state's not supposed to get a second bite of the apple like that, man. That's not fair to anybody. Our system's not like that, man. That's not fair to anybody. There are countries in Europe, guys, where you can get acquitted, and then the appeals court can come back and say, no, we decided you're guilty. And no, now you're not guilty. You're guilty again. Now you're not. Oh, now you can. It can go with you forever. Some of those states over there, countries over there. All right. At least here, once there's a prejudice put to it, it's done. Then it's done. Well, and there's jeopardy attached to this, you guys. But so this is my point. My point of all this is going on and on about this is, like I said, they're never, ever going to, they can't charge her, and they would never try that and pull that anyway. Okay? Like I said, she took a plea agreement and completed the entire sentence. It's done. Nothing that stems from her murder should she ever be charged with at all. And that's not fair. So, give that up. That has nothing to do with anything. All right? But, all right? She can never be charged. And she knows this. And her attorneys know this. Which means she could tell them. She doesn't have to say, I sacrificed her and all this shit. But she can say that she was gone. She could tell the truth. And let these people know that, man, she was actually gone before he got there. But she won't do it. If she would just do that, and then they look at the evidence again and all this shit, he could get out one day, man. And that's no skin off her ass, man. And for once in her miserable, disgusting life, she would look like a decent person. But no. She's got to keep this facade up. Got to keep it up. She had to escape her abusive mother, and this boyfriend maniac of hers turned and went crazy and did this. Well, I'm giving you an opportunity now, bitch. Okay? If not, we're just going to keep going at it, man. We're going to keep going at it. Or also, Gypsy, because I know at Ashbond 6 you're going to watch this. If you come up now, Well, you need to do the right thing with Nick anyway. You need to do that. You really should, man. Then people would. That's how you're going to get people to like you, man. Do something, do the right thing for once instead of bashing your fucking mother who's been dead for 10 years, still lying about her. But you have to. But you have to, because they're fixing to find out what you did to Nick and that, how you manipulated him and all that shit. They're fixing to find out. So it has to do that. It has to be that. But you could do the right thing, man, Gypsy, and you could come out and tell what really happened and that she was gone when he got there and we tricked him into it. And leave it at that. They're not going to, don't bring anyone else's name into it. Refuse to do that. They're not going to charge anyone else. Just try to help them out, man. Just try to do it, Gypsy. They cannot touch you. I'm telling you guys, they can't do anything to her. And this fucking evil, selfish bitch could do something about this. That's really what she should do. You know, just like if she will fess up to the fact that she never had a baby and actually own that, I'll stop talking about the other shit. I'll even stop talking about what she did to her mother. If she'll at least fess up to that, I'll leave the rest of it alone. But if not, we're putting it in high gear. We're going to put it in high gear. Everyone's going to know the truth then, what you did to Nick. The truth about your mother wasn't abusing you. Wasn't abusing you. The only way it was a form of child abuse and neglect and stuff. The way she trained you to lie and be a con woman and help and feign this shit and exaggerate things and embellish things to get money and things. Yeah, she did that. And that's a form of something. That's some kind of a child abuse. You're not supposed to teach your children that. But, you know, the shit a lot of parents are doing to their kids, that's nothing, man. Your fucking deadbeat father was doing what he was supposed to do. She probably wouldn't have resorted to a lot of this shit. And things might have been different, Gypsy. But you can at least try to help him out, man. Come on, Gypsy. You've got to have some kind of heart in there, man. Somewhere, man. That dude loved you so much. Loved you more than any of these fucking people dealing with you now. None of these people love you. Sheena's just sniffing around because it's a sexual thing. That's all that is. That's all that is. She likes nibbling on your clit like a rat does cheese. That is all this is. Do the right thing, Gypsy. I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm giving you an opportunity to show a little bit of remorse, a little bit of repentance. Because thus far you've showed utter zero to no remorse or repentance at all. You've done nothing to turn your life around and try to right the wrongs. You haven't. You've done nothing. You somehow think that you just going online every now and running your fucking mouth and talking shit and starting trouble with a bunch of people is somehow you're turning your life around. You're doing the right thing. What do you mean? What do you mean, Gypsy? Just because you're not getting arrested, you think that's plenty? That's fine. That's plenty. That's plenty of repentance. Turn my life around. I'm going to do the right thing now to make up for my wrongdoings with all this money I have now that I'm lying about. I don't see any repentance, Gypsy. I'm giving you an opportunity to do the right thing, man. Your days are numbered, Gypsy. Your days are numbered.